So we have identified close to 10 founders who want to kind of interact with Sachin, talk about what they offer. And we'll start with Balaji from Builder Plus. Amay, if you can bring him to the focus and invite him to the webinar, I will request Balaji to kind of use 2 minutes of the time to talk about himself, what they offer, and if he has one or two questions for Sachin. Hi, Balaji. Can you hear us? Hello, Balaji.
I think Balaji is.
Sir, can you hear me? I'm hearing
yes.
audio.
Yeah, Balaji. Yeah, please continue.
Yeah, good evening, sir. So, sir, I'm the founder of Builder Plus. So, we are creating an intelligent product cataloging tool for industrial and construction products. So, basically, the product is the core of any manufacturing, technical product manufacturing company, and also the construction engineering company. So, we make this product content, the technical product content, more intelligent so that we can easily distribute across all channels to all stakeholders. For example, the same content can be has to be served differently for a sales engineer, has to be served differently for an estimator who is the end customer. That the same content has to be served for the marketing company, the social media marketing company, and the same content has to be served the electrician who is at the end of the value chain. So we make but we are investing a lot of money in creating the marketing collaterals, PDF, spec sheet, everything. So what we are doing, we first convert your actual technical product into your AI and LLM ready product, so that the same content can be, with a click of the button, you can repurpose in any format, technical format, marketing format, educational content format. We can distribute easily through our code across all the channels. And more important, the very key highlight of this product is the advantage is the sales, that you can give this content to the sales people so that you can record how the sales is happening, so that you can capture the tribal knowledge, because the sales engineers are the core of any technical product marketing and the sales. You can every day you can sales what is the query he attended, how he closed the deal, everything you can record. So it becomes a sales brain of your organization. So whenever an important resource is going out of the company or some freshers coming in, it will help us to onboard intelligently, and we can, without any friction, we can continue with the sales process. As you said, this product content can be complete. Yes.
Balaji, if you can keep it short, I think you are.
Yes, sir. Yes, this is the crux of the product, sir. The one content serves multiple customers.
Just one question here. So let's say I have already an existing website and all. So is it easily it is able to talk to the website easily, or
yes,
my internal systems?
Yes, sir. Exactly, sir. Even I need only the your PDF content or your existing APIs. We can convert. You can deploy across this chatbot. Even you can print catalogs. You can see, for example, 2 days before, my electrician keep a WhatsApp status showing which cables is suitable for which housing application. You can serve that content also to the end customer, so that's going to be a real social media marketing for your company.
Right.
So all things can be done.
Sounds very interesting, Balaji.
Okay.
I think good somebody has come up with something like this, because if you see our website, we have tried to do a lot on this matter. We are continuing to do it. I won't say we are perfect, but this can be a good tool. Maybe we would, on a separate forum, we would like to also meet you and understand. Where are you based out of? Bangalore?
Balaji? I am based out of Chennai, sir. I am incubated at Anna University, CG.
All right. It sounds very good, Balaji. It's very interesting. I'll ask some of my team members to get in touch with you for sure. We'll take your coordinates. Very interesting.
Thanks for your time, sir. Thanks.
Thank you, Balaji.
So in some sense, guys, like we have Shark Tank, where kind of investors invest in companies. I think we are a little bit of that. We are doing this like speed dating between buyer and seller, and it's quite exciting to see that matchmaking happening. So fantastic. I'll jump to the next one. Next one is Deepesh Kuruppath from CargoFL. Amay, if you can bring him in front. And Deepesh, hi, good to reconnect with you. See if you can quickly introduce yourself. What do you offer? How you could be relevant for Sachin, and any question that you might have for him.
Yeah, hi Saurav. Hi Sachin. Good to see you guys. Can you see me?
No, we can't, but we can definitely hear you, Deepesh.
Okay. So I just want to share my screen also, so you have something visual to look at, Sachin. Let me see how to do that here. Give me 1 minute. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Sachin, sorry, Deepesh, try to limit everything in 1.5 to 2 minutes. Huh?
Yes. I'll just go through it very, very quickly. So Sachin, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, sure.
Sachin, there are two things that are in common between what you said and what we have here. I'll speak about that quickly. So we are CargoFL, and we provide a supply chain tech to large enterprises. I'm on slide number 2. So our goal is to help large enterprises digitize, automate, and optimize the supply chain. And that finally leads into 4 to 11% of cost savings from a logistics perspective. So today we have 30 plus large enterprise clients. You can see all the logos here. All these clients use our software to digitize their supply chain, and eventually they get 4 to 11% of cost savings is what we have observed, right? Our oldest client is Tata Trend. Then Tata Trend gave us Zudio, Westside, Star Bazaar, Star Market. So we went into the Tata group. Now we have 7 customers in the Tata group. Puma, Decathlon are completely using our technology to digitize their supply chain. The recent one being Atomberg. And this JB Pharma is my client, by the way. And that's what I'm saying, that there's a common between like the Torrent group and us, right?
It's our company only now.
Yeah, I know. So JB, they initially took us off for full truckload movements. Now they have taken it for part truckload movements also. So I'm very much in touch with Anandji, who is the head of supply chain there, right? So we say like he's in the, and also the next client we are onboarding is Crompton Greaves. We have already completed the pilot. We are talking with Akhil Singla, who is the head of supply chain there.
Yeah, he was my colleague earlier, so I know him.
Okay, yeah. So you can talk to Akhil about that. So yes, so Crompton and Samsonite is coming up next month. So yeah, so what we do is we go to these large enterprises like yours, and we look at the complete supply chain process, and we say, hey, this is how you can digitize it. Now, why this becomes important is not just from a digitization angle, but for enterprises like you to let me go to that slide. So for enterprises like you to give value to your customers, right? How do you better your customer service is what we are trying to solve here. So if you look at a typical supply chain, there are suppliers always who supply something. It comes to a factory, then it goes to your warehouses, distributors, retailers, or your end customers, right? And a typical supply chain is where you have a lot of carriers, transporters who are engaged.
So currently I do not have that complexity, because what are my cables that are being manufactured are large drums, very, very large drums. Like one drum sometimes can weigh as high as 6 tons, 7 tons, 8 tons, sometimes 10 tons also. Very different logistics process that we follow. But as we grow into a B2C organization, that is where your process can come into play. That is where I probably see there could be this thing. Not that I totally understand the solution that you are providing because of the paucity of time, but definitely maybe I can connect you to my logistics team, because as we scale up and we have something that is created from day 0, that will ensure that we have lesser problems going forward. So we would definitely like to understand what this can do for us, because the examples that you gave, Crompton Greaves and all, they're very already fairly large setups in distribution. They have 28, 29 warehouses. We have only 1 currently, and we are expanding warehouses over a period of time, because currently in Gujarat, warehouse is the one which is serving pan India, because these cables are MTO cables made to order. It is not something that I keep an inventory of. but I've started keeping inventories of the B2C products, which can be relevant as we go and expand our channel. So maybe it will take us 2, 3, 4-year journey onto that, and that's where your organization may play a role, Deepesh. I hope that helps.
No, wonderful, Sachin. So basically, we are focused on B2B, by the way. So from your warehouse to your distributor movements is what we are very good at. B2C, we have not gone so far. It's more B2B focus.
B2B only. So for us, it is also going to be B2B only. This is not a wire or is not a very amenable product for a B2C or a business to customer environment. It is largely a B2B dealer distributor channel product.
A channel product, yeah, exactly. And then we have put AI now on top of it, where the product learning is very simple. People don't have to remember all the workflows. The system auto guides them. Hey, the invoice has come. Now you should create an order, right? You should create a dispatch. So it keeps reminding the people. So even blue collar people have easily adopted to this technology, right? So that helps you in building a scalable architecture from a tech perspective, and it integrates into your SAP. So we have SAP Oracle pre-built integrations with all different versions of SAP. So that's how we are doing this. Yes.
Thank you. Thanks, Deepesh. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Deepesh. And like Sachin ji said, I think we'll enable some of these discussions. This is just to get a high-level feeler and get an opportunity to get a FaceTime. And I'm sure you will have more time to interact more deeply with him.
I think there is a question on the chat. Nayan has asked this question, right? What is the view I have on AI technology in manufacturing sector? So like we have already started adopting AI for reaching our consumers faster and better, because that's also one of the key areas in marketing over a period of time. But yes, where that can really play a role. So when we are putting up the new plant, we are ensuring that we have sensors or you can say, this factory 4.0 is we are trying to do so that there is a seamless flow of information. You have the machine data, you have predictive maintenance, you have predictive problems that might come, that DFMEA, PFMEA problems or CPCPK management. The artificial intelligence can play a key role. But as of now, where we are using more AI is on the content as well as the marketing building blocks that we are using at. But so far in our day-to-day work, at the factory, this is still not seeped in. But yes, as we make our new plant, which is a mega scale kind of a plant that is coming with that kind of investment, we are working on introducing that sensor aspect as well.
Awesome, Sachin. Great to know about this, your AI roadmap. Next person in line is Sachin Kulkarni. Great to have you, Sachin. Great to connect with you after a long time. Sachin runs a company called AuditCue. Over to you, Sachin. Quickly introduce yourself. Talk about yourself. What do you do? Any relevance with Torrent Electricals, and any question you might have for Sachin.
Yes, Saurabh. Hope you can hear me fine.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So hi, good evening. Sachin, I run a company called AuditCue, which is in risk and compliance management. I actually saw you've called that out in your presentation. So we are based out of IIT Madras. We work with a few of the largest companies in India, mostly in financial services, but also expanding to a few folks in manufacturing. So a couple of things actually that you mentioned in your presentation caught my attention. You mentioned you were the first ones to get ISO 9001, 2000. With a high focus on standards, and how you already have such a extensive product line and you're launching more. So I'm assuming more products will definitely mean more internal audits and more additional work. So in our experience working within the Indian market is we have seen even large publicly listed companies are typically not using any sort of solution around this. They have a compliance solution, which is often a law firm which tells them what are the regulations they need to apply to. But the actual work of the audit is still happening on emails and shared drives. So that is where essentially the platform sits in, and it's fairly flexible. So we've got folks from say the technology domain using us for app development, risk management sort of reviews, to like one of the largest share transfer authorities in India who are using it to run their entire risk register and compliance processes. It's a fairly flexible solution, but I think in your use case, what we would be probably we'll have the most overlap is really in the ISO 9001 and compliance processes. I know we only have a minute or so I'll probably pause. And I had a question as well, because you mentioned in your compliance digitization roadmap, your team pretty much has it figured out. So I just wanted to also hear from you as to how is it that your team is approaching it right now, and how are those things really structured within Torrent?
Right. So see, the thing is that we have some of the companies who are already working with us, Big Fours, all these strat firms. In fact, in my previous organization, we did had a complete software which was managing your compliances as well as your audit tracking. If there are NCs, you have to actually close all the NCs on that software. So of course, the adoption is still there. I'm forgetting the name of the software, but it's okay. Maybe for some other time. But here also we are, we have a stringent audit mechanism in place because of how this organization is built in last 60, 70 years. And we are in the process of digitizing it. So the finance team is already working on that solution. But there is one more thing that I would want to talk to all the founders who are here. See, I have worked very closely in the supply chain when I was managing the entire procurement and supply chain also in Crompton. It used to be part of my KRA as a business head. And I used to work with a lot of MSMEs and SME kind of companies. Some of them, in fact, over a period of time were also in the process of getting listed. I think where I find that most of the founders are not approaching is these kind of companies which are in the size of, let's say, 100 crores to maybe 1,500, 1,000 odd crores level. They are maybe family run companies. Their second generation is already onboarded. And that's where they need a lot of hand holding in all this. Somewhere I would insist that all the founders or people who have these great products, you should be approaching that market also very, very passionately. While you would want to look at the larger groups, larger companies, where the competition is also intense, the buying mechanism processes are also much complex. But if you really help handhold some of these organizations, the results will be faster for you. It is my just a suggestion and recommendation, only up to you. You may or may not have good experiences. Some of you might still feel, no, the experience has not been great. But I would still insist that is a big market. They really need help. They are in the second or third generation. I thought I should not miss this point. I had a very passionate conversation with Saurabh and Saurabh also on this matter. I think as a founder, you should look at that market also. So what was your question? Sorry, there was something that you wanted to ask me.
No, I think you already partially answered it, sir. And also the other point that you mentioned was actually one of my first customers was a family-run business, which was around 740 crores business in Ahmedabad. So completely buy your point that is a good market. In fact, one of the modules that we have is around vendor risk management. And as larger firms ask these family-run suppliers to onboard and work on the platform, we do have a little bit of inbound that comes from these guys when they see the platform in action and saying, hey, can I use this as well? But well taken. I mean, your point, we absolutely see a sizable market.
Uske liye thoda hard work. Sorry, I'm using Hindi in between, but you need hard work. You will need leg work and somebody to actually go and knock on those doors. It is not easy to come by. But let me tell you, once you get an entry, they have their own network. If you do a good work, you will definitely get more work out of them. I think you should not shy away from some of these companies is what my recommendation would be. But yes, as of now, we are working on something, but definitely you can send us the proposal. I'll see what is the feasibility and what stage are we in. I will have to check with my finance team where we are at.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gaurav. Moving on, we'll invite Moksh Talreja from LitWiz Labs. Amay, if you can let him in. Hi, Moksh. Welcome. If you can quickly introduce yourself, talk about what you're doing, and any questions that you might have for Sachin.
Right. I mean, there are too many pop-ups on screen right now. Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Sachin. So
Hi.
I'll quickly go through my company. So I'm from LitWiz Labs, and I'll be talking about my product Raya Voice AI. So we are trying to solve a lot of repetitive use cases that are happening over the voice specifically, and how we are solving it. We have integrated with a lot of local telephony providers in India to enable this on the mobile phones. So over the past 8 months, we have discussed and talked with a lot of different industries to find out these key use cases that can be solved immediately with voice AI. And we have toned it down to many use cases in logistics, such as NDR use cases, following up with customers why they are not received the order and if they have declined it and other things. On top of that, a lot of inbound queries are being automated now using this voice AI. And a major use case that we are working right now is with HR pre-screening calls, where we are helping hiring teams to scale up their pre-screening processes faster. So this is a brief about this Raya voice AI. What differs us is we are locally working with a lot of vendors, so we are able to reduce the cost down. And over the past 5 years, we have worked in a lot of AI use cases with Indian clients, who have a lot of tight budgets in hand. So we are able to optimize our operations and able to provide this at very cheap rate. So this is what we're doing. So my question for you, Sachin, is that within Torrent, I believe there might be a lot of voice calling, like normal phone calls that you guys might be doing. So just to see that, is there an opportunity where this voice AI can automate some of your processes?
So there could be one. I still need to understand your product a little bit more, because what we are currently doing through our CRM is a very personalized calling. Maybe that is to electricians, retailers, or distributors or dealers. That's a very, very personalized calling. Would I want to, kind of put it on an AI? May or may not be. Do I run a script? Yes, I do run a script with that person who is sitting here. But at this stage, I will have to figure out what your product can actually do. But yes, maybe there is a use case for you in case of Torrent Power, where there is a lot of inbound calling which is happening to the areas where they this thing. So I think that is where we can distribute your product, or maybe talk to that organization. I am currently doing a very, very, very tailor-making call, to that electrician. It is done in Gujarati. Sometimes we are wishing them on their birthdays. It's a very, very different thing that we are trying to do. Hope you will understand. And introducing an AI bot for that, right now, that's not exactly what I would want to do. But yes, for maybe in Torrent Power, there could be a use case, I would say, or Torrent Gas for that matter.
Yes, and majorly, the focus is around the L1 queries only. There's no way we can replace humans, right? That personal touch has to stay when we are connecting with customers. But when there's an overload or volume of L1 queries, and in different languages, like we support 22 Indian languages right now. So maybe in those areas, we can definitely help you out.
Correct. Certainly. Certainly. Thank you.
Thanks, Moksh. I'll move on. I think we have already crossed 6:30. We have 3 founders left. So we'll invite Srikar Reddy from Eternal Robotics. Welcome, Srikar. Again, quickly introduce yourself, talk about what you do, and any questions you might have for Sachin. Srikar? Yeah, he is here. Hi, Srikar. Can you hear us?
I think there's some audio problem he's facing.
Srikar, we are not able to hear you. Can you quickly check your audio? Yeah, I think now we heard something.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. Thank you for this session and the time. Sachin, I've been hearing intently, and it's quite an exciting period for you and for Torrent. And you actually rightly queued me up. I should have come in maybe 2 sessions earlier, because you were talking about your new factory and smart manufacturing and industry 4.0 solutions. So that's what we do. I come from Eternal Robotics. We started off as a robotics company, building robots for traditional industries, and then quickly decided to augment and go into the smart manufacturing domain. And today we solve a lot of problems related to EHS, efficiency, and quality control along the value chain of several manufacturing companies. So we specialize in offering targeted solutions for smart manufacturing domain and brownfield, greenfield projects combined. We specialize in using existing CCTV camera infrastructures to help optimize workflows, layouts, deliver plant safety, improve and deliver plant safety standards. We do bespoke visual inspection solutions with the help of AI to detect defects and also help contextualize their root causes, and develop programs to institutionally reduce your cost of poor quality. We specialize in ensuring that we can give ROI for manufacturers by influencing three key metrics, which is cost of poor quality, first pass yield, and overall equipment efficiency. And we do this with the help of computer vision, IoT, robotics, and AI. So we are a one-stop shop based in Hyderabad, have a lot of proficiency working with manufacturing players. In the automotive industry, we are already working with all the 5 largest OEMs and their tier ones. And we are actively.
I think we have met in Crompton as well. As far as I know, I think something was being done with you guys. Have you worked with Praveen Saraf by any chance?
My team would definitely have been in touch with Crompton, because we were exploring POCs with Crompton about a year ago. And after that, I think we saw a lot of tailwinds from the auto industry. So we kind of shifted our focus, which has turned out well for us. But now, being in Gujarat, Ahmedabad, Hansalpur, Suzuki has given us a good business. So Gujarat as a belt as something that we are focusing on. And definitely the electrical space is very interesting. And hopefully we have some solutions which can help.
So cables, see, the thing is, as an industry is a little more challenging, I would say, as compared to the standalone consumer durables or consumer electricals, because they follow a block by block manufacturing, right? A cable is a continuous manufacturing process. You know, all those 8-9 processes happen in one single go. You just can't break the if you are making a 500-meter drum or a 1-kilometer drum, you will not stop it. It goes on and on. So I think, and I have seen some of the factories in Korea using these processes very, very effectively. So we would certainly like to hear from you. I will put you in connect with not just with the factory head, who also incidentally happens to be from Hyderabad, but also from with our project and technical team. Maybe that's where you can, kind of pitch in your solution. I am definitely, my vision is to make the factory as one of the most, is a kind of a world-class factory of what maybe I've seen in some of the companies in Korea or in US. We would want to make that kind of a standard. And that's how Torrent works. If you see all their factories, plants, they are built with that thing in mind, including IGBC Platinum certification. And also we go lock, stock and barrel after these things. So definitely we'll get in touch with you. It's very interesting solution. I have heard of your organization earlier, but glad to meet you here.
Thank you, Sachin. Yes, from discrete, even continuous process manufacturing, also we have started building use cases. So very happy to connect with your technical team and your plant head, and hopefully we'll help you make this factory the world-class factory that you want to make it.
Of course, certainly. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Srikar. We have the last one. Sachin, few people dropped out maybe because we extended time and people might have other commitments. But I
we'll take the last question.
Yes, the last one is Sumanav Sarin from Stoza. Welcome, Sumanav, and over to you. Quickly introduce yourself, what you do, and what you want to ask Sachin.
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah, yes. You are.
Okay. Hi, Sachin. So I'm from Stoza. At Stoza, we do one thing, which is procurement, but not the old way. We have built an AI native procurement software exclusively for manufacturers. Most platforms, treat procuring a copper bush bar same as renewing a software license, but manufacturing doesn't work that way. Our AI agent automates sourcing, adapt analysis depending upon whether it's metal, engineered parts, or services, and they continuously build your strategy from your spend. For Torrent, what it translates to is, it translates to 3 to 7% savings in their direct material, 8 to 12% savings in their indirect material, and overall cycle times cut by half. We usually do a 4-week pilot with manufacturers with no ERP disruptions. That's how we prove our value. And my question to you is, I would love to understand the procurement process in Torrent Electricals, how you manage your direct and indirects, and what kind of challenges you are facing currently.
see, our key raw material is copper and aluminum, which is, almost 80-85% of my procurement. We have long-term as well as short-term spot contracts with Hindalco and all these big guys. The biggest problem is that the cycle time of that entire, payment cycle to procurement cycle is very, very low in these categories. Most of these players work on advanced cash and carry, or they work on an LC and all. There is no credit. C category, jo second items are, those are mostly plastics, which are PVC compounds. You have XLP polymers, you have steel strips, you have copper tapes. There is a SAP system that we are using. Basis we do an MRP run every month. Basis that MRP, a demand is thrown. That demand is communicated to the suppliers, and then those suppliers are sending the material to you. Indirects so far has not been a very great challenge, because a lot of is done also centrally through there is a Torrent group also which is supporting us in that entire process. But definitely maybe we can kind of still look at the solution that you have, because I'm still wondering with this kind of very restrictive environment see, for me 85% is metal, 80-85% is metal. So how do you kind of what kind of support a digital software can really do when there is a price command which is done basis what is happening at the LME? Now, if there is a violent change in the pricing, there is very little that you can do. And the entire credit cycle in this category, like my entire raw material procurement, happens on a 13-day process. So earlier we used to have maybe 30-day inventory, 40-day inventory. We are now down to 14 days, 13 days, 12 days. That's how we have also transitioned over a period of time, improving our efficiencies. We don't do speculation, so there is no scope. We have PV formulas with our customers. If the copper or aluminum prices changes, my billing price also changes to them. It's a very, very volatile commodity at this place. However, in my previous organization, in a single fan, maybe 70-80 components will go, basis ABC. There are various metals, plastics, screws, nuts, bolts, magnets, copper wire, you name it, everything goes into that. But here it is maybe largely 4 or 5 key broad items which go in making a cable or a wire. So the complexity is very different. While it looks very simple, okay, there are less number of components, so there is less problem. That's not the case. That's not the case. It is far more complex, considering that this entire supply chain is not only dependent on a global, but it is also dependent on how we have contracts with them.
Okay.
Hope that gives you an idea.
Yes, that was very helpful, Sachin. Thank you.
Sure. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So this brings very much to the conclusion of our session. First of all, thanks so much for the audience who came in. It was a fantastic kind of that you guys were able to join in. We have almost 50 plus people into the session, patiently listening to us and Sachin, and kind of interacting with Sachin. So that's really great. More importantly, thank you so much to Sachin, to you, to agreeing to do this session. More importantly, I think I personally learned a lot from the insightful session. It was amazing listening to you and interacting with the founders. So that was very, very fantastic.